Greetings, goddesses. Said I was going to come in on one today. How y'all doing? Welcome. This is the Inspired Goddess Morning Circle. We come together, a little wisdom, a little astrology. Goddesses gather. All things goddess, all things women here. Hey, how y'all doing? Vivi. I'm sorry. 50 plus eyes. Hey, Latanya. Hey. Good to see you, Queen. All right, I'm gonna settle down. I'll settle down a little bit, not a lot. How are y'all doing? I'm Tirra, a.k.a. your goddess guru, your sister friend. And I love helping women align with their life purpose using the power of ancient wisdom and the goddess-centered lifestyle. And so, yeah, this is the Wednesday live stream. I'm back early-ish today. I still feel a little bit like I'm just tumbling through each day, trying to get it all done. But I had a big breakthrough day yesterday, so I'm feeling a little bit more grounded, still working on feeling more grounded. So thank you all for being here. Hello. So happy to see, some of the sisters are tuning in live. Hello to all of the hashtag replay queens. So yeah, I need to actually let you all know. Well, this is what I need to put up. The Free Your Menopause online summit. Where did I put my little graphic? It is right here. So this is a summit that's all about helping women, in a way, kind of figure out that whatever you're experiencing, especially if you perimenopause, that's where it's the most confusing. Where I want you to feel normal. They will help you to feel normal, help you to realize a lot of what you're going through is what so many of us go through. Cheers for the sisters who've gone through it, and you just stop having your period. There's a lot of us who menopause is a force to be reckoned with. I connected to the goddess, say for instance, Oya of the Ifa tradition. You want to think of the crone goddess. This is a very powerful time for a woman, and it ushers us out of that mothering stage. For those of us who go through it organically, I guess you could say naturally, it ushers us from one stage of life into another. I can imagine somebody who goes into menopause because they had a hysterectomy, that you're somewhere between the worlds because you're not quite yet, truly elder age, but you're not getting your menses anymore. Free Your Menopause is all about helping you to make it what you need it to be, where it is an empowering time in your life. The link is in the bio. So, please feel free to join it. I'm going to tell you, if you're 40 plus, going ahead and just log in. There's women from all different backgrounds and walks, and there's different ways of looking at menopause that my friend Lisa has brought in. I'm looking at it from the goddess path. It's like, how do you work with the goddess while you're in going through perimenopause, and as well as being in menopause, because it's a mind shift. For me, it's been kind of like, am I still pretty? Or am I still feminine? Like, I don't know. It's been an adjustment. And my two of my belly dance teachers are in the bundle. I recommended that they be in the bundle because I think belly dance is perfect for all ages and stages, from the little bitty ones to the older women, the true matriarchs. I just think that it's so good. So Orit and Soraya, but just so many great experiences. Whether you're fully in it or not, I think you should check it out. Link is in the description box. Good morning, Alafia Veronica. How are you, Queen? I'm glad to see you here. Okay, I know it's not a lot of us here on the live stream because, yeah, I got to get back to being more consistent. And maybe I should change the time. Can y'all come at 11 Eastern time? Or is this time good for y'all? Latanya and Veronica. Okay, so what I want to do is just do a little bit of the astrology. Um, yeah, so woo, I did the monthly astrology reading, and wow, this is a really interesting time. Wealth Rising, how are you, Keita May? Awesome, awesome. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna change it, to be honest with you. Last week kind of showed me, but this week I just thought, let me just show up when I can. Okay, got you. Thank you, Veronica. Greetings, Felicia. Okay, hold on. I'm going to start the astrology over again. So you're working, but you can listen. Okay, that works. And greetings, Felicia. Big sis, how are you? So yeah, I think I am gonna move this to just a little bit of a later time. But yeah, we're here today, so I will get started with the astrology. And don't forget, let me know what is your morning beverage. I'm actually drinking coffee today. So yeah, cup of Shango. So yeah, I did the monthly astrology, and wow, this month is it's a little impactful. It's a little impactful. So I want to kind of give you a little bit of a backdrop. Coffee, yay! Team coffee in the house. The background that I want to give you all is that we are in one of the most transformational years of, modern day astrology of our lifetimes. This is some of the most transformational astrology that we have experienced, and especially given that we had 2020, that's kind of close because 2020 changed a lot. That was a year for the books. It will be in the history books. Many, many stories told. Many people will have stories that are passed down to the family that stem from 2020. 5 years later, we're having a year that is, wow, this thing is epic. And so we have to make sure that we're looking at the astrology each month through the lens of this backdrop. And what I will continue to remind you of is that this is a time to be prepared to pivot and change, to do something new. I've been working with the ladies who are going through the a.k.a. initiation, and one thing that I know for sure, I was kind of questioning myself, like, why do I keep getting this same old do? And it is the Odu O'Shea. And one of the things that O'Shea says is a new precedent must be established in order to achieve abundance. And abundance isn't just money. We just want to think all things abundance, okay? All things, body, mind, spirit, emotions, family, relationships, home, all things abundance. So this Odu also though says that there has to be something that is let go and released. And so I think that this year we are experiencing that simultaneously. We keep this astrology is asking for something old to be released and for us to step into something new. And it's not just individually, it is also collectively. Okay. So you always have to keep that at the backdrop because every time there's something new and big that's happening, we have to be ready for it. The other Odu that I keep getting is Irosu. And what Irosu says is you have to learn how to be with hard things. You have to be okay when you have to get yourself to that point. I'm not saying it's just going to happen, but you have to be asking yourself when change can be hard, even if it's something positive. something that is favorable and you want, change can feel really challenging. So it doesn't matter if it feels like it's something bad or we perceive it as something good. We all need to be understanding that it's like, what are you doing to keep yourself together, keep yourself healthy with all the change that is to come? Because the way I want y'all to see this change is, I don't know if it's like the waves. I've never been in a what do you call that? Earthquake, but it's like it doesn't just the kind of change we're experiencing right now, it's not just happening one time. First of all, it's like this pressure field. It's like a gas pedal is being pushed, but not hard. And so it's like the gas just stays on, and you're being pushed to change, and then it eases off, but then it comes right back. Okay. And it feels it if to me, the way I've been feeling is ungrounded. And so you have to understand, for me, what I put in the monthly reading was, it's so important for everybody to take care of yourself. You need to have very good self-care practices in place. You need to be going out of your way to make sure body, mind, spirit, emotions, you are doing well. You're taking care of yourself. Um, Otherwise, it just we're gonna already feel ungrounded, but it just makes it harder. And I think to myself, well, if it's gonna be hard, why make it harder? Let's try to get through this the best way we can, knowing that it's gonna be hard. Change is needed, but we don't need to be broken by it. So that's the caveat that I want to give to you all with this astrology this week. Good morning, Natasha. So I like this first week. What is today? The 4th. Okay. So we have Venus sextile Jupiter. Those are the two benefic planets. So that's nice. I would say all the planets, all the what we're experiencing through the 7th is good. This is nice. Um, However, the caveat is, we have Jupiter going invisible on the 6th, so that makes its energy very strong. Although Jupiter can bring blessings, Jupiter just it's just a magnifier. So, it might magnify some things that it could make things a little bit more intense, right? But what I will say is Jupiter does like to bring a blessing. So open yourself up to a boon of blessing. As a matter of fact, one of the goddesses that spoke, Lakshmi, in the monthly reading is bringing blessings. So open yourself up to this boon of blessings that's coming your way. The other thing is that I said I wanted to see how long Jupiter was going to be on that 29th degree, because I want y'all to just be cautious. It's going to be the 6th. Let's see here. Yeah. June 6th, 7th, 8th, something like that. Mm, yeah, June 6th, 7th, 8th, maybe a little bit on the 9th, because on the 9th is when it moves into Cancer. But the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th, for sure, we need to be a little bit cautious, okay? That those are caveats. Those are caveats that are at the back, because Jupiter, ooh, let me tell y'all, my astrology teacher, Victor, he will tell us multiple times. Y'all sitting up here thinking Jupiter bringing all this good fortune, but Jupiter can be a trip. Jupiter can bring a lot of stuff you do not want, because Jupiter is going to magnify, like I said, whatever is there, whatever is there. But I remember Jupiter being on the 29th degree of, I think it was it Aries? or was it Pisces? It was on the 29th degree. Oh, it was Pisces. I remember now. Jupiter was on the 29th degree of Pisces. And that's when Roe v. Wade was overturned. So I'm just telling y'all, and it's a societal planet. So just keep your eyes open. Let's talk. Let's keep each other informed. What is it that comes up on this 29th degree? Now, karmically, it's going to be on the 29th degree of Gemini. Number one, I really do believe, I want y'all to see karma is good because we can learn a lot from it, right? Something good can come when something karmic happens, but I want y'all to be ready for it. I want y'all to be looking for what's coming up karmically if it's showing up for you with this Jupiter that's going to be on the 29th degree of Gemini. I love Gemini energy. One of my children is a Gemini. I don't have no problems with Geminis. Geminis are good people. The energy of Gemini, though, is one where I just really believe some lies can really begin to come out. Some, yeah, something about the way someone is talking, speaking, something karmically like that could come up. It could be something karmic with a sibling, uh, cousin, coworker, friend, something karmic. Now, what is Jupiter? Jupiter's wisdom. So there it could be some wisdom that is coming through that you're learning, even if it's, something that feels negative. The other part, though, is Jupiter could be about forgiveness. Jupiter can be about perspective. So maybe you have fallen out with someone and something happens and it brings you back. And it's like you're able to settle it up. That's karmic too. But I do want to point those days out. Jupiter is going to be invisible. It is going to be on that karmic degree of Gemini. Gemini is also the mind. It's verbal, or it's communication. So it could be words. And so maybe you're going to get some type of perspective. I want it to be something that it brings it's peaceful. Other thing is, it could be, you all of a sudden remember something that was said to you that set up a limiting belief, or set up something inside of you that has held you back, but you're going to be able to perhaps get free from it. Okay. There's always going to be a positive and a negative possibility to anything in astrology. So I just want to make sure I cover that. Um, Jupiter is justice. So it might be feeling like there's a lack of justice in some kind of way. So I don't like to be negative sounding, but I know it's unreasonable if I don't give y'all all of the possibilities. So, okay, so Venus is sextiling Jupiter today. We'll feel this into tomorrow for sure. That's nice. That's this energy of abundance and blessing, support, ease, flow. Venus is in Aries and Jupiter is in Gemini. So it actually could be like you get some support on an idea that you've had. Maybe even some new ideas birthed through you. You haven't taken action on it, but you do get some new idea. You might even begin to have a better understanding and belief in your body and how you feel about yourself. Or maybe you're kind of like, okay, I know there's some exercises I need to be doing. So though that's a possibility. It could also help with maybe creative writing for people who need to write. I also think that both of these are good for people who are entrepreneurs. It could bring some type of blessing, but it's the type of blessing that doesn't just fall in your lap. It's an opportunity that comes your way. If you don't take advantage of it, it's gonna go away, right? So you've got to do something to actually possess it. Peg, hey Queen, good to see you. Okay. So interestingly, we're gonna have Mercury sextiling Mars. So Mercury is it's in Gemini and Mars is in Leo. So that's bringing in air and fire, okay? And air is the thoughts and the mind. It's intelligence, and then we have the fire, which is action and inspiration. So maybe right now this is a good time to feel inspired. It's a good time. Maybe you're going to get quite a few ideas that you're, going to act on. And maybe you kind of get this clarity around something you've been working on. And it'll feel great. It'll be a wonderful thing. It's also like being social. So maybe you want to go out and have fun. You want to go do some fun things with friends, with family, just being out and about in the community, lots of creativity, fun. So these are definitely 2 days of, well, I'll say 3 going into going into Friday easily. We can want to have fun. So what are you going to do for fun? Who do you want to hang out with? Maybe it'll be some fun communication. Um Mercury in Gemini mixing with Mars. Maybe for some people it can feel a little flirty also. Do you wanna flirt? You wanna get out there and flirt? So, yeah. Maybe flirting through text and that kinda thing. So, love that. And then Friday, Venus goes into, Taurus, alright? So, again, that is a really good position for Venus, and she makes us begin to think about money and food. She's also the planet that has to do with our values. And so it's important for you to reassess your values. My question to you is, what do you value? And does your life reflect what you value? If there's something that you want in your life and you don't yet have it, you want to look at your values and see, are my values lined up with the thing that I want? What needs to shift? Like, what needs to shift in my values that would allow me to possess the thing that I want? I'd be curious to hear from you. Hey, Mystic, how are you, Queen? I'd be curious to hear from you all. Is there something you're like, I'm really missing this? And what is it in your value system that needs to shift so that you can have it? Because sometimes, how do I explain this? I want you to think about it in the sense that it's ultimately what is the biggest picture? I want to say it that way because I know sometimes there's a lot of things we want, and maybe it's I'm trying to come up with exactly what I'm thinking about. Sometimes the things that we want are not necessarily because we don't have the right value. So I don't want you to be maybe you need to get clarity around that. Let me say it that way. But for the thing that I really this is for me. I want you to be looking at your value set. So, yeah, look at those. Also your self-worth and value. Venus in Taurus is about self-worth, self-value. Um And how are you expressing that? How are you expressing that you do actually value yourself? What are you doing day in and day out? Whenever Taurus gets highlighted, this is something that we need to be focused on day in and day out. How am I expressing my own understanding of my worth for myself? Where am I? Let's look at the flip side. Where am I expressing lack of worth and value of myself? And it gives you that opportunity to begin to make whatever adjustments need to be made so that you can step in your full worth and value. Because then a lot of times in order for us to attract the thing that we want, we've got to feel worthy to have it. And I even think with some of this hard energy that's out there, we can't let it take away from our worth and our value. And we have to see doing hard things to get what we want as a part of our worth and value. How many times has it been something that it's like, man, this is hard? And then you just say, but it's worth every bit of what I'm doing to get to what it is that I want. Right? It's worth this hard time. It's worth the hard work. It's worth doing things that scare me to go on ahead and get this done. But a lot of that, it has to be connected to your inner worth and value. Another thing is people will try to tell you who you are. When you stand in your worth and your value, nobody can tell you. Like when we think about Taurus, it is the most inert sign in the zodiac wheel. It is immovable. They say Taurus is stubborn, and it's because Taurus is grounded and it's certain because it can manifest anything. It's like the most earthy energy of the astral wheel. And that's how we want to get within ourselves. We want to be so grounded in our knowingness of our worth and our value and our identity and our truth that it doesn't matter what the world tells us. We will not shift to the right or to the left in who we understand ourselves to be. So, if you want to work on money with Taurus, you can do that. Um, Also, Taurus has to do with our material possessions. It's the sign of antiques and it's the sign of hoarding. Which side are you on if that applies to you? And what do you need to do with all of your stuff? Do you need to upgrade it? Do you need to get rid of some of it? It is the sign of storage. Does some of it need to go in storage? Um, I find the storage system, I know I say this every time. I just find storage is all the storage stuff, buildings that are around to be fascinating. Okay. Hi, High Priestess. Welcome, Queen. Okay, so we get into there's nothing going on, on Saturday. So we'll go on to Sunday and Monday. These are jiggy. This is jiggy. Okay. Because on Sunday, Mercury is going to conjunct Jupiter on that 29th degree. So that's even more reason why I am telling y'all this weekend could be a trip. I want you to start looking at the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th for sure. Let's see what time Jupiter goes into Cancer. Jupiter goes into Cancer at 5:01 p.m. Eastern Time on the 9th. So even on the 9th, it could be so karmic, but for sure, starting around that 6th, 7th, and 8th, be ready. Be ready for something significant to happen, and you'll hear it on the news, baby. I don't know if it's going to be something with the actual media itself, or if it's just going to be some type of news that is breaking. Maybe even something with the law, the courts, um, even something overseas, because Jupiter it has to do with places that are far away. That's gonna be a trip. That's gonna be a major trip. Mercury, something with social media. Mm, yeah, it'll be interesting. Okay. I'm moving temporary next week. We have to put all of our belongings in storage. Yeah. For them to begin the work on our house. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Taurus and storage, baby. Very interesting. Uh, Moving temporary this week. Yep. Yeah. Venus goes into Taurus. So Mercury goes into Cancer, and then the very next day, Jupiter goes into Cancer. So that's going to create a change. So we have Venus, change. Even though it's a good one, change. Mercury going into Cancer, change. Jupiter going into Cancer, big change because Jupiter only changes once every 12 months or so. So, um, yeah, Jupiter, the all of this is happening. All of this is happening. So, what are you going to do to get yourself grounded and expect do you see what I'm pointing at? Tear ducts, expect there to be more crying. Expect there to be more crying. I don't care if you are a fire air, earth, or water sign, get ready for more tears. I mean, Cancer can make us soft and, nostalgic, and it can make you emotional with just things like Mercury and Venus and Mars and the sun going through. We have Jupiter, the biggest planet there. And I told you, it likes to just expand wherever it goes. It's just going to make it bigger. So just be prepared. One thing I do like about Cancerian energy, though, is it is very intuitive. So that's beautiful. It's the sign of the ancestors. So begin to, work with your ancestors, talk to your ancestors, learn about them, write their names down, put them somewhere, and tell the young people in the family, you may not be interested today, but you might be interested tomorrow. And I'm telling y'all, I talked to my aunt Rosie before she died. I don't know what I did with that piece of paper where she told me about my grandmother, who was an only child. So it's like I kind of sort of have a memory of it, but I don't remember everything she told me. Now, whenever I hear something, I'm recording it and making it digital and making sure the young people in my family know. I will say, I think it'll be time talk about karma. Maybe it's time for us to settle up some ancestral karma. If it's not karma, it's just we need to do some ancestral healing in the tradition of Ifa. What I have been taught by my elders is that the United States, Orisha, the ruling Orisha for this country, is the Egun. Who are the Egun? The ancestors. And for many of us, but especially people of African descent in this country who had ancestors who were enslaved on this land, I would even say Native Americans, um, we have to do a lot of work to heal our ancestral legacy so that because there's epigenetics. Epigenetics is all about being getting things handed down to us from our ancestors, but it's not necessarily physical genetics. It's emotional. It's to a certain degree we could call them like family curses. I look at a lot of it as more of like family patterns. People just keep being born with the same pattern, and we keep repeating the same mistakes. We keep getting the same illnesses and that kind of thing. And so there's some healing work that needs to be done. And another thing that I studied, I guess you could call energy healing. I really do love this explanation. He talked about how we have so many ancient ancestors. Sometimes we don't exactly know who the ancestor is. It doesn't matter your ethnicity and where you hail from. We don't know all those, all those years back who those ancestors were, but we have come in and we've got something ancestral going on. Through epigenetics, and we are here to heal it. And so Jupiter and Cancer is what I see is one of those types of things. Okay. So open yourself up to really work with that bloodline for the next year, to light your candles, go to your ancestral altar. Some of it is about us healing the ancestors. But in Ifa, what we do is we are guided by the ancestors too. I see the ancestors as our, chief guardian angels. And so you want to go to your ancestral altar and talk to the ancestors about what is it that you need help with? How do you need support? So this is it's gonna be a focus. Just notice, just watch. Another big thing that we will all feel like, I just gotta do this, is maybe we can get back to a level of academic intelligence, because we have so much pseudo science and pseudo teaching. I've been, I have fallen for it. None of us is above it. It's so easy because it sounds so good. Maybe we can get back to this way of understanding history in a way where it's not made up. That makes me crazy. I don't want to disrespect any of you all, but it to me to rewrite history books, and I'm not talking about how the right, the crazy right here is trying to rewrite history books. That is included. I'm talking just in general. People just want to make up history. They want to reject, they don't like the history that they're hearing. So they just want to make up some new history. So Jupiter, please do your job in Cancer. And let's bring back real history. But I can imagine if you are a historian, get ready, historians. The historians are about to feel great. They're going to feel amazing because Jupiter is coming into their sign. Y'all, I cannot overstate. Let's bring back books, okay? Maybe let's see here. I don't know. I'm going to tell y'all what I'm saying. Let's bring back books. First of all, Cancer is history, okay? And where do we find a lot of history? Definitely in books, okay? And the reason I'm going on and on about this is because when we study history, it helps us, number one, to understand what we're seeing. I don't think there's anything new in the world. I know we got some transformational astrology that's happening for us right now, but you know what? Nothing really new. That is true out of the Bible. There's nothing really new under the sun. And when we can begin to, oh, I love this too. When we can consult the history books and we can consult books written by people from time memorial, it is like having a conversation with the ancestors. Will you please write down what you know, dear sisters? Also, I want you to put it on the internet somewhere where it has a chance to survive, because one day somebody may need to hear from you. Okay. This history thing, I cannot overstate the importance of it. And Cancer is one of the signs of history. So delve into history. And I just encourage you to allow yourself to be challenged. If you read some history and it sounds great, um, I'll listen to various people talk about it. That's the best way to get the real truth, because we weren't there, right? So, okay. Take care of yourself. It's Cancer. It's the energy of parents. I say it's the energy of the mother. And so, but it could bring up some parental topics. And Jupiter is wisdom and growth. Now, look, women, I'm just going to tell y'all my thoughts. As a woman whose mother died of breast cancer, my mother's sister had breast cancer, mother-in-law died of breast cancer. And we know breast cancer is rampant, these diagnoses, and we know women are having issues with their wombs. I'm gonna need for y'all to take care of your boobs and your wombs, like be all in for the next year. All right. We want to make Jupiter and Cancer the type of energy where we are using it to learn more about the boobs, learn more about that womb space. How do these hormones work in the body, and how do you stay healthy in your boobs and in your womb? Cancer is also the stomach. So what do we need to do to keep our, it's not so much digestion, but we'll say it. It's the gut. And I know a lot of y'all have heard of this already, how the intestinal flora, that's what Cancer is. The intestinal flora of your body is actually your second brain. And Jupiter in Cancer, I think maybe we'll learn a little bit more about that. But for sure, we want Jupiter in Cancer to be making these intestinal gut flora very healthy. I'm not a doctor or a nurse or a medical professional. I will tell you what I do, and I want you to do your own independent investigation for the truth that works for you. Baby, I say let's do what I'm going to do more of is probiotics. And okay, I'm making a commitment before the community. I really want to get into the prebiotics, which is the fermented type foods. So yeah, I got to look into that. So you want to take care of that intestinal flora, super, super important. Um, but Cancer, Jupiter in Cancer is in fact very it's very good. It's exalted in Cancer. So it can bring a lot of gifts and blessings, but ultimately it's just going to bring whatever is there. All right. Oh, it's going to be a lot, excuse me, a lot of moving, a lot of home improvements. Maybe people are just going to love being at home more because Jupiter in Cancer is the home. So maybe your home will become more of an oasis for all of my uh I was going to say crabs out there, but I'll say Cancerians. You already love your home so much. So y'all are going to just be like, "Well, everyone, welcome to my life." You know, you're going to love being at your home. I love being at my home. As a matter of fact, that's great because I need you to stay over there because I need to be at peace with myself. And I need my time alone. Maybe we're gonna make going to the beach like the number one thing that we want to do. Oh, I just want to go to the beach. Cancer's the beach. Um, Maybe we'll care more about the water. Maybe there's gonna be water regulations. Hopefully that will happen. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice. Jupiter and Cancer. It's gonna be amazing. Yes, thank you. Commonplace book. That's what I taught to the spiritual aspirants. You got to have that commonplace book. I didn't want to call it a grimoire because it I didn't want to make it just well, first of all, to me the grimoire is very specific. Um because you can use it as a grimoire also, but I wanted some place where like if some type of wisdom comes to you, it becomes like your own personal spiritual wisdom text, but it's all based on you. Whenever you feel down and out, you just go through it's a journal. You just go look, and there you go. And you don't journal in this book, you park wisdom or tips or whatever. You can have a commonplace book for anything. If you knit, you can have a commonplace book for knitting if you wanted to. It could be for anything, business. But for spirituality, is where you would park like quotes and the wise sayings. I love the grimoire aspect, but if you want to write spells in it, whatever it is, but it's just some place where you can look at it, and then when you die, it gets passed on to the next generation. That's part of our wealth. That's part of what is missing, and maybe Jupiter and Cancer is going to help us with that. Okay, so Mercury is going to conjunct Jupiter on the 8th. I will say for that, that could be a time where you could see a vision. You could kind of see where it is that you need to be going. Um, it could create a lot of mental chatter or a lot of people talking or whatever, but it is definitely something that I would use to be able to see the big picture along with being able to delineate the steps that are going to get you to that big picture. Um, it could help you to get released from limiting beliefs also. So I like that about Mercury conjunct Jupiter. So we start getting a little bit, a little bit tense, and you'll start feeling this around the 8th. Mercury is going to square Saturn, Venus square Pluto, Mercury square Neptune. So Mercury squaring Saturn and Neptune because they're both in Aries, and Mercury is going into Cancer, and Aries and Cancer, they are 90 degrees from each other. So they kind of poke and bump at each other. Now, what I will say is, like I said, it's a lot about new beginnings. Something new could really get set off. It could be someone gives you a reality check of some sort, and you're like, okay, you're right. I need to really and truly get it together and get this done. It could be um Mercury square Neptune. Now that is a little bit, it's kind of like what I was talking about before. It's like, is there a lie going on? Is somebody trying to scam me? Or maybe you figure it out and you're kind of like, oh, you're not going to scam me. Stay on your toes with that one. because it's kind of like we have this Saturnian energy that's like, wake up, get real, get busy. What are you doing? And then we have Mercury with this Neptune energy, which is the ocean. Mercury's in Cancer. Neptune is the ocean. And we're just out there, you know? But what that does is it does bring a lot of creativity or spiritual communing. You know, maybe we'll really be hearing from the ancestors, but it's in a moment of frustration or yeah, maybe we're not doing what we need to do and we hear a message from the ancestors like, "Hey, you get it together," right? And yeah, it's a little bit mixed up. We got Venus square Pluto. That's power and control issues. That's an intense day. That's a really intense day. Could be a day where we're kind of like at odds with people a little bit. And but it's like whatever happens, it's gonna help us to get to a better place. It's gonna kind of get us into action, whereas before we weren't taking the action that we needed to take. Let's see here. Yeah, so I would say that Monday is a day of it could feel very frustrating. It could feel very, very frustrating. So take some deep breaths, drink some water, take some baths and showers, do whatever you need to do to kind of keep yourself level. If you need to get some things done where you're just like, I'm focused and I'm headed, you're not going to stop me. Potentially, that's a day that you could get some stuff done. That Neptune, maybe you have to take a few breaks, but you might be able to get quite a bit done on Monday. So enjoy through, yeah, tomorrow. And then we'll start looking for what's really going to start happening on the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th with this karmic energy. Um, Knowing that Monday comes and, we might feel a little grumpy on Monday, but it's okay. Sometimes we're going to feel grumpy. We want to use that grumpiness to inspire us, not to stagnate us. All right. And then we're also headed into the full moon, which I'll talk about the full moon next week because it's on Wednesday. So, yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Let me see what y'all are saying. Yes, that's a good one. Go to the pool on Monday. At the hotel. I love that. I'm glad y'all are getting your home repaired because but it's not fun when you have to relocate to get it done, but I know it's worth it. I know it's worth it. Oh, I never did like that. So, what do y'all think? What's coming to you? Any game plans besides the pool? Or in addition to the pool, I should say, coming to you. Let's see what the goddess oracle has to say this morning. Let's see here. Okay. So when we're going into Cancer season, that raises up the mother energy. So that would be Yemonja. Who is the mother goddess that you like working with? That would also be Osset, also known as Isis. Yeah, who is the mother archetype or goddess that you like to work with? I can't call them all up in my brain right now. So let's see who's going to speak to us through the goddess oracle. Okay, interesting. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. This is interesting. Okay, let's see what this last one is. So y'all remember I was talking about that air energy is predominant right now because of Mercury and Jupiter being there. And the first card that I pulled, this is beautiful, is the mother card. She's creativity. And this is this is a creative time. Where do you need to bring in creativity? Why is creativity always talked about in spirituality? Why are there signs and houses that are devoted to this energy of creativity? Why? Why all of this creative energy? It must be important. So this is one of the air cards. She's the mother. The mother. Oh my goodness, y'all. She is Gemini. Wow. Mother of wind, creativity. The mother of wind embodies the abundant, fertile creativity of the mind. Okay. Her flow of ideas come into the earth as beautiful manifestations of heavenly creation. With her gifts come inspiration and the very avenues where new ideas, paradigms, and realities are conceived. So, didn't we talk about that with the Mercury conjuncting Jupiter? It seems like something else with Mercury too. Oh, Mercury sextile Mars. That was the other one. The Wind Mother is here to seed your fertile mind with the profound essence of creativity. She says yes to your creative ideas taking flight, assisting you in bringing your creations into the world. So I had said, because I was like, mothers, tell me what to talk to the sisters about today. And I have forgotten what I said. I should have written it down. So I am really becoming aware, and I knew this, and y'all have heard me say how important Mercury is. And in my Odu studies, Odu is the spiritual wisdom of the Ifa tradition. I'm becoming aware of the importance of the mind as well as Eshu, Alegua, that particular divinity. And so this is what I want y'all to know and understand. Every year we get an opportunity to renew ourselves in a sign. And Gemini is that sign right now because that's where the sun is. Now, Jupiter's been there for a year, highlighting some things with Gemini for us also. So, this is what I want y'all to know. My astrology teacher told us the other day that the greatest planet that will create a block for you in your life, though many of us would say, oh, hands down, Saturn. No, Mercury. Because what the mind will not wrap around or whatever limiting beliefs are there in the mind, it will create a challenge for you if you have blockages up here. Now, I believe in a very holistic approach. I don't think it's just the mind because I believe stuck emotions is probably, as insidious as limiting beliefs. They're actually connected. That's why we want to look at this holistically. Hey, look at that. We're going into Cancer, which is emotions. And so we've got to make sure that we keep this mind and these emotions clean, clear, do some cleaning, do some clearing on a regular basis. Because if not, we will experience challenges. Number one, in even getting the idea. And for most of us, when we hear from spirit, a lot of times it's up here. It's like you hear something in this area, even though I feel it in my body. Maybe it's because I'm using my mind to process it. So I really want y'all to use the rest of Gemini season to do things to clear the mind. I would love to hear from you. What is it that you will add to be for one of the goddesses, the mother goddess? Thank you. What is it that you need to do to clear your mind? What is it that what do you need to do to have a better relationship with your mind? Are you checking your thoughts? Are you just letting your thoughts run amok? Are you paying attention to what you're thinking? I think one of the other things that we need to be very what's the word I want to use? I don't want to use the word prudent, but I'm going to use the word prudent. Is what are you allowing in? What's coming in on a daily basis? Yes, I told the ladies last night in our a.k.a. circle that I'm having to give up looking at news. No amount of news is gonna fix what's going on. I mean, it's just like you can try to keep up with it, Tyra, but to what end? Is it really helping? Is it really working? So I'm turning off the news. I feel like somebody who's going through withdrawals, but it's not helping. It's not helping. All right. So what are you allowing in? How is that impacting you? How is that affecting you? And then when you seek to experience something, first of all, oh, here's another one Spirit told me to tell y'all because I had forgotten and it came back to my mind. There is a book called, hold on one second. I know the author's name, Ellen Gilbert. Some of y'all already know it. Book. What is the name of this book? No, not Ellen Gilbert. Is it Ellen Gilbert? Okay, it's gonna come back to me. Maybe it's on my Audible. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on one second. Because I really want y'all to let me see. Did anybody put it there? Please hang with me. Don't leave me. I have this book here. And I'm gonna tell you the name of it just as soon as I can slow down. I read this book back in 2020. This book is so good. And I typically remember the name, but I can't remember the name for some reason today. I don't know why I thought her name was Ellen Gilbert, but that's my director's name. Oh, Elizabeth Gilbert, I think it's her name. Good. Thank you, Spirit. Elizabeth Gilbert. Big magic. Woo! Big magic. Big magic. Big magic. So this book is all about how ideas are sentient beings that come to you, to me, because it's looking for a way to be expressed. And it's coming to the person who has the ability to express that idea. I want y'all to stay open. I want y'all to stay open to big magic and read the book. I mean, it was an amazing read and it made me now, I'm multi-passionate, so I have to regulate myself a little bit because I'm full of ideas to be honest with you. And I will attempt to make them all happen, right? And it created this level of reverence. It's like, wow, I'm so special that this idea chose me to come to and reveal itself. And according to this book, it will reveal itself to multiple people. And so the question is, are you going to be the one to bring it through? So that's how I want y'all to look at this week, this next week. Open yourself to big magic and new ideas, and open yourself to have your mind as calm as you can get it. It doesn't need to be perfect. The mind is going to move, but you want to get that mind calm, and you want to because when you do that, it's going to allow in these new ideas and all this. And I don't even want you to think about it as in just terms of business. How many times have you gotten an idea like, oh, I'm going to do this and this will solve the problem? Creative solutions, right? Okay, here's another wind card. This is the intention card. So I mean, we already know just looking at it, it's time to set some intentions. So you want me to tell you why I think this is a very interesting card? This one has to do with Aquarius and Mercury is because we're coming up to that full moon in well, Gemini can be kind of like a time a sign of intention, setting intentions. What do you're thinking about what you want to do and you're writing this list down, right? But also we're coming up on that Sagittarius full moon, and that might reveal something to you about your intentions, maybe the ones you've already set, moving, and what are you going to do about them moving forward? So this says the magnificent When goddess of intention brings what she desires into her world with ease. Her clarity and focus of intent come naturally as she is internally connected to spirit. And honestly, one of the things that I know is we all have a destiny, and our Ori, our higher self, seeks to connect us to our destiny at all times and in all ways. And so the more we find ourselves communing with, spirit, our higher selves, our inner goddess, then we get that clarity of intent. Like, what should I be focused on right now as it relates to my destiny? So that's another way of looking at this. Stay connected to spirit. She navigates the deepest levels of mind through meditation, introspection, and dream time to identify what her being requires and then calls it to her. Her mind holds the intent of her soul's desire so that source has a clear picture of what to deliver. And I really want to encourage you to be open, this or something better. That's what I want you to say. This or something better. Because sometimes we'll kind of be in the ballpark area of where we need to be. And we just have our minds locked in, like it's got to look like this. But if we say this or something better, then we're open. We let the universe bring it to us in a way that probably will just wow and awe us. You must know your dreams and desires and let them fuel your intentions that you honestly communicate with the heavens and they sing back in response. The very power of your intention lights the path from your being to the creative force by which your dreams may manifest and come home to you. And so, yes, stay connected. I think it's so important for us to stay connected to our dreams and our desires because if we don't have any right now, y'all, people think, oh, we're effed because of what's happening in the government. No, we're screwed if we don't dream, if we don't see into the future and see ourselves there in a very good place. So, this is so important. But the other thing that I want y'all to know that I have learned in my 55 years of life, and that is sometimes we're in the ballpark of where we need to go. But at some point, we've got to trust spirit to help us to see things clearly. We've got to be walking. We've got to be, it sounds so cliche, but those little stickers we used to see, God is my co-pilot. Um, we're working together because there's a part that we can't see, a part of our destiny. We can't see it. And I can't tell you how many times I would have preferred to just, it's like, no, I want to do this over here. This would be easier. It would be more acceptable. I don't want to do that, this thing over here. I want to do this. And I was in the ballpark, but spirit was just like, or my Ori was like, this is the destiny you chose. We're going to need to make this thing happen over here. So like, oh my gosh. So I want y'all to have that fluidity. Let's go with that Cancerian energy that we'll be experiencing. You got to be open to listen and hear. Okay, last one is, look at this. What did we talk about earlier? What did I say? Y'all saw me shuffle these cards. I did not just choose it. I chose it, based on what spirit told me to choose. I told y'all this is the month to work on nurturing yourselves. What are you doing? And this kind of nurturance is earth. It's earth. It's all about getting yourself grounded and it's doing something for your body. All right. So let's see what this goddess has to say. This is a Virgo card. It's connected to Virgo. So it says, the Earth Mama tends her garden with loving attention, skillfully nurturing the flowers in her care. Her responsible stewardship is a labor of love, bringing abundant reward and beauty in return. And the reason it's saying that is because this is Virgo. Virgo is responsible. So her responsible stewardship is a labor of love, bringing abundant reward and beauty in return. This sweet image illustrates the ease and joy in nurturing the earth's creation. Through self respect and respect of life, it is easy to revere and care for all of life's creatures. So, maybe go feed the birds this week, or go take food to the pound for the cats and the dogs. Do something. Um, I don't know, avoid putting whatever on your lawn that might hurt the animals, right? Um, and I know sometimes we have to put stuff, like if you have moles, those things are so annoying. I do my best not to kill the moles, but it's like, oh my gosh, I can't stand it when the moles. Nature can be annoying sometimes to us. Sometimes it really can be. I'm not going to sit up here and act like, oh, I'm just always at one in love. No, when that mosquito bites me, I can't stand that heifer. Okay. But what can we do to be more reverent towards the earth and the creatures of the earth, that kind of thing? Continue to let your heart be filled with love for yourself and others, nurturing your budding creations into beautiful, right manifestation in the world. And another way to look at this is you set the intentions. This is what the wind goddess of intention said. Set the intentions, and then how are you going to nurture those intentions? Maybe you set some intentions at the Gemini moon. How are you nurturing those intentions so that they can become manifest? Because we all know manifestation is part. I'm doing this work on the inside and I can see it and I'm calling it to me and I'm magnetizing myself. And it's also action. It's also action. So, oh, so far I've rescued 5 kittens this month. Oh, and you're a Taurus too. We can't help ourselves, can we? I'm a Taurus moon. Mm-mm-mm. I can't remember which one is Taurus for you, Keto May, but I know you got some Taurus in there. Man, I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker. I've been I was trying to watch this little baby bird. I think it was 2 of them that, it didn't fall out of the tree and couldn't fly. It had all of its little feathers, but the wings just weren't strong enough for it to lift up, and, it was having to get strong enough to do that. And I was doing everything I could to keep the little birdie safe and let the birdie know you can stay here, and praying that the cats that roamed the neighborhood didn't come around. I think the birdie survived. I think the birdie survived. You can ask my husband. I would pick up the little inchworms. I would pick them up if they're on the sidewalk instead of live. Pick them up and put them in the grass. Yeah, we Tauruses, we got it bad. Earth signs, we got it bad from Mother Earth. So let's see here. What else do I want to say? I think that's it. I think that's it. Please join us. Let me know if y'all have anything that you want to say. Join the Free Your Menopause. If you weren't here, the link is in the bio. Free Your Menopause free online summit. And it's for anybody who feels like they're about to go in, you're at the start, you're in perimenopause, your period is already stopped, and you're on this side of it. It's for all of us. So it's really, really good. It's not just medical and all of that. It's more of menopause in this phase of life being a rite of passage, and you taking your power in how that looks for you. High Priestess Shannon says, I teach that the speech we use in our mind is spell work. That's a good one. That's a very good one. Our power is in our thoughts. That is a very good one. Spell work. What kind of spell work do you have going on here and here? Spell work, which we know whatever's here is there first. Love that. Thank you. That was so good. And the month has just started. I know the kittens are like, she'll come and get us. Taurus rising. I knew it was something Taurus. So yeah, that's even more. Come on, pick up the worms. Get the worms. Sometimes they kind of creep me out, but I guess as a little girl, we would pick up the worms, and I don't know. There's a level where it's just kind of like I'm used to it. And they get all wild and crazy, like trying to stop me from picking up. I'm like, I'm trying to help you out. Okay, ladies, don't forget Big Magic. If you have not read or audio book that, check out Big Magic. Mm-mm. Something I heard yesterday. The thoughts are the was and the actions are the now. I like that. The thoughts are the was and the actions are the now. That's interesting. There was something else that I heard too in that same vein. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I love it. All righty. Thank y'all so much. Oh, I forgot I could show the comments here, but yeah, I didn't have it up. Well, look, let me see if I turn this on. Any more comments to come through. So thank y'all so much for being here. I'm gonna go on ahead and end it. Next week we'll talk about that full moon. And is there anything else? It's kind of chill for me right now in terms of just the things that I'm doing. So yeah, that's what I have. I appreciate you. Dr. Phil Valentine. Huh. Okay. I will have to. I don't think I've ever heard of Dr. Phil Valentine. So that's cool. Yeah, it's definitely something like a lot of times what we're seeing right now is the result of something that we put in motion prior to. Um, and so all we need to do is realize, and I think it's something in an Odoo. I might create a graphic if I can find it, but it's an Odoo, and it kind of talks about just the importance of paying attention to what you're doing, being more mindful of what's going on with you right now in your thoughts, because what you're saying now is going to be something that starts coming down the line. So love you too. Thank you as always. I appreciate you, Goddess. All right, I came in on one. We're going out on one. Let me just see, which one do I want to do? I might kind of jump around for a minute because I don't really remember what these songs sound like. Oh, I turned it down. Hey. Oh, I love this song. But I'm going to tell y'all something real quick. This song made me think about in my Soul Alchemy membership, y'all, it's a very good price. I would love for y'all to join me in Soul Alchemy. At least once a month, I want to put in a belly dance class. So if you ever want to take my belly dance class, join me, even though this last time was an epic fail because I didn't record my music, so I got to re-record it. As a matter of fact, that's what I'm getting ready to do. Keita May, all the other Soul Alchemy members, I'm going to record that class again. So yeah, if you want to take my belly dance class, join my Soul Alchemy membership. I'm going to start putting my classes even more in there. All right, let's go. Let's do this. Yes, I'll get up and dance. Dance with me. You're welcome. Hey. All right, y'all. Here we go. I'm gonna save it for the video. Get ready to make that video now. I need to move anyway. Y'all are amazing. I love y'all. I appreciate you so much. Minister! Oh, Sean Kenny! Yay! Glad to see you here. Glad you were being able to listen in. All right, Queens. Thank y'all. Love y'all so much. And yeah, see y'all next week. I'm going to let y'all know if I'm coming later next week. Yeah, next week.